Hey there, in this video I'm going to cover how to fix the butt wink when you squat. So what this looks like here, so a squat here with good form, the hips move down and back like this, okay? But if you have a butt wink, what happens is so things start off looking okay, but then the hips fold underneath the spine, and this lower back here starts to round more as you come down like this. So how you fix this here is the first thing you're going to need to do is foam roll the hamstrings here. So take a foam roller here, put it on the back of the hips here like this, and then go to the knees like this. So back and forth like this. Find the spot that's the most tight, and then relax the muscles. Don't let them tense up. And then if you aren't feeling that much tightness doing this, what you can do is cross the leg over like this. So same thing here. First find the spot that's the most tight, then hold it there and relax the muscle. Now if you still are not feeling much tightness doing that, what you can do here is take a baseball here and then have like a chair or something, and then so you can take a baseball or lacrosse ball and then just sit on it on the hamstrings, and then move it around here like this. So one important thing here is do not push around with the leg you're trying to foam roll. So here I'm doing my right hamstrings here, okay? So my left leg is gonna push off, so my left leg's gonna do all the pushing. And then I'm just gonna relax the right leg like this. So then just move it all around from the back of the hip to the back of the knee and side to side here. Find where it's the most tight and hold it there. And if there's multiple really tight spots, hold it on all of them. So let's say it's really tight right here, then hold it here for 30 seconds. Then let's say it's also really tight on the inside here, then hold it there. And then let's say it's also really tight by the knee too, then after that hold it there for 30 seconds. So the next thing we need to do here is stretch the hamstrings. So how you do this here is put a foot here like this, and then have the knee slightly bent like this. And then and then just pull the hip back like this. So with this on, it'll be better to do barefoot or with shoes on that can grip good. Do not do this one here with socks on. So just move that hip back like this. So I'll show you from the other side here, okay? So right here, my back's straight, okay? So now when I pull that hip back here, I'm gonna kind of get a slight arch here in the back. So here, I'm keeping this foot on here like this on that same spot there while moving that hip back, keeping the chest up like this to get a slight arch here. So what not to do here is do not have the back rounded like this, because if that's happening, you're clearly not moving that hip back. Okay, so the next one here, the next stretch here for the hamstrings will be better to do here with socks on, because it'll be easier to slide the feet on the ground. Okay, so what you're going to do here is have something to hang on to and have socks on, and then slide the feet here, try to lean forward while sliding those hips apart like this. And then gradually come down like this here. And then try to move those hips and stay down here like this. So keep leaning forward while you keep trying to move those hips further apart like this. And then depending on how flexible you are, go as far as you can. So right here with this one here, you should feel in the higher part of the hamstrings here. So now this next stretch here is also going to hit the high part of the hamstrings here too. So for this one, I can't stress enough here how important it is to have things to balance. Because your muscles have protective mechanisms so they don't tear. So if they can tell like that you don't have much control over your balance, they are going to try to shorten and tense up, so which will not let them lengthen because they don't want to tear. So make sure you're relaxed here and that you have control over your balance and that you have things here to hang on to. So what you're going to do here is hang on here and then just move those hips apart like this. And then, so move that foot out that way, okay? And then gradually let the hips drop like this, all hanging on here. So just for the purpose of the video, I'm gonna move this thing out of the way, but make sure you have things to hang on to. So now, what it's gonna look like here, so notice how first I'm sliding this foot here forward, okay? I'm letting those hips move forward and down like this. So to get those hips to come down, you're just really gonna have to relax like this. And then try to extend the knee, get those hips to come down as depending on how flexible. Just go down as far as, only as far as you can. And then if you are able to do the splits or get down like very close to doing the splits, just hang on to the ground. You don't need to have these things to have like a chair and a wall to hang on to. But otherwise, it's very important to have those things to hang on to help you relax and balance here. So this next stretch here is gonna specifically target the adductor magnus. So this one here is also good to do with socks on here. So get the hips here against the wall like this. And then let gravity pull the feet down to the side like this and move the hips apart. So once when you get to this point here, you're gonna notice the backs. You can't see how I can't even fit my hands underneath my lower back because it's rounded. So what you're gonna do is, but if I put my hands right here, I can easily get them between here because my hips are kind of slightly off the ground. So what I'm gonna do here is move those hips to the ground like this. So try to kind of get an arch in the back here. So try to fit those hands under the lower back here and then try to pull those hips down to the ground like this. So to make things simple here, try to straighten the back out and then try to get a slight arch here, okay? So turn the back from being rounded to straight to a slight arch, okay? And then when you get that slight arch in the back, you should feel, at first you'll feel it more on the inside of the hips here. But once when you get that slight arch here, you'll feel it more on the just kind of where the hamstrings are. Well, once when you get that slight arch there. So you should feel this stretch just kind of right here in the high part of the hamstrings. So the last thing we need to do here is strengthen the glutes. This is going to be very tough to do here because the hamstrings are overactive and the hamstrings extend the hip. So it's to fix the butt wink here. It's very important that you do this exercise right. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna do a hip extension. But we're gonna there's one thing we're gonna change in this exercise with form. Well, what you need to do here is so you got your chest up, you're straight against the wall like this, okay? Now move the hips back like this while still keeping the chest up. So now here I got an arch in the back, okay? This is gonna lengthen the hamstrings here, okay? Now extend the hip back like this and then come like this. So extend the hip back like this. So doing the exercise like this with more of an arch in the back will help activate your glutes more based on your individual needs. So extend the hip back, and then remember, keep the chest up and keep the slight arch here. So do not let the chest fall forward like this, okay? Do not have those hips come forward and the back rounding like this, okay? And then do not turn the feet out either. Keep that foot pointing straight ahead, and then keeping the knee straight here is very important too. So do not bend the knee like this. And then the last thing we'll do here is a hip extension isometric hold. So what this one's going to look like here is so you're going to extend here I'll do this side to make it easier to see. So you keep the knee straight, foot pointing toward the ground, extend the hip back, keep the chest up like this while extending the hip back. So chest up. So it's very important here you keep the chest up and you keep the knee straight. This here will help you get that slight arch there in the lower back. So to make things simple here, while this hip here is extending, you want that slight arch here in the lower back. That'll help you get more glute activation based off your individual needs. Alright, so I know there's a lot of stretches here, but that's going to be very important here to foam roll and stretch the hamstrings when it comes to fixing this butt wink. If you are able to do all those things, you should be able to fix this here very quickly. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments and I'll get back to you.